It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So, last time, Bell's Hells, in prepping themselves for the coming growing threat in the Hellcatch Valley, in the echoes of the solstice and the Exandria-wide changes and damage that it's left in its wake, you went to ask aid of Keyleth after finding out that she had still continued to suffer the wounds that she was given in that moment by Odahan Thule. You discovered that there is a particular type of flower that grows in places of severe corruption that, when gathered, could, at least through previous experience, possibly reverse this toxin. You followed, shortly after, a group of volunteers that went to the Grey Valley, followed the trail to a bastion, a stronghold of followers of the Platinum Dragon that had fallen recently to a mass demon horde. Managed to slay many of these demons, ally with a devilish figure that seemed to also have a coincided interest against these demon forces.
Devilish
Is there any other combination?
Destroyed the local demon general of this region, of this assault, and freed the remaining captives, 3 of which were members of the first Ashari volunteer party, one of which is Baernie, your Ashari sister. Baernie carved through the stone magically an alcove in which you could rest for the evening. There you gathered up, sealed the stone, and within this safe space, prepared yourselves for an evening's rest. Is there anything you do before we go into bed?
Let's see that thing you picked up, that dagger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I take the bag of holding and I pull out this sword that's got like rubies or jewels or something.
It's on the like lengthwise on the shorter scale of a greatsword.
Okay.
But it is quite wide. The blade itself is like a large, thick blade with a cruciform hilt on it, and there are rubies embedded in it. It's like a solid, smooth platform. It's a beautiful-looking blade.
Dope. FCG, still got any stank to figure out?
I do, if you need me to check it out.
Let's do that.
All right, my lens pops down, and little beams of laser light come out and scan it up and down. Forms a 3D model of it in my brain. I turn it around.
Just showing it off. This is just showing
Just
off.
see like Terminator, like analysis. What do I see?
You see a beautiful blade that's referred to as Graz'tchar, the Luminary Blade.
The Luminary Blade.
Graz'tchar.
The minute you look over it and hold it in your hand, a voice comes through into your mind that says, "Child of creation, strange being of metal and will, there is much darkness in this world that must be dispelled, and you have a great destiny before you. Perhaps together we could do great things and turn this world right."
Oh, wow. Are you a god?
Who are you talking to?
I am no god. But I was once a great king.
A king? Wait, what's your name? Hi, smiley day to you. I'm Fresh Cut Grass. Can you see?
I cannot see. I just feel the presence of a hand on my hilt.
Were you always a sword?
No, it was my last dying breath that placed what little power and will I had into this blade. And I don't remember much ever since.
Do you have a name?
Do not recall my name, but the blade that carries me, that I gave myself to, I guess that is my name now.
Graz'tchar. Graz'tchar. Do you know what year it was when you were king?
It was long ago.
Oh, what does that mean?
During, I want to say, an age of great magic.
Age of great magic? No, that could be a long time ago.
It could be right now. There's great magic all the time. That really is...
You don't like this guy very much.
I don't trust
Here,
things.
I'm going to give him to you.
God.
This is a weird end of the night.
Hello?
You walk a strange path. There is I want to say a fire that burns within you that tells me there is great possibility in the road ahead.
What the fuck does that mean?
If you perchance have the strength to carry me, use me for justice and good, perhaps together we could wash the shadows that corrupt the lands of Tal'Dorei.
What shadows would that be?
There are those that seek to undermine the council itself.
The what itself?
The Council of Tal'Dorei.
Oh.
There are leaders across this land. A shadow that seeps, I see it in my dreams. There are things ancient and dark that once felled me, and now all that I wish to do in this forgotten, long scattered state is ensure that no other falls like I did.
Okay, this is weirding me out. It's talking about the Council of Tal'Dorei.
Do any of us
We'll be
know-
right back. I'm going to put it in the ground and step
Isn't the
back.
council recent?
Council Tal'Dorei has been around largely since the era of Zan Tal'Dorei.
Tal'Dorei?
Zan Tal'Dorei was the first king of that realm. Before that was Warindra Sig, which claimed himself to be king and was the one that essentially went to take the entire realm of Tal'Dorei as his own.
Do you remember who was wielding you before?
Previously, I was being misused by some horrid thing. An essence of that same corruption that seeps into these lands. That is what I stand against. That is what we could stand against together.
I will try one more thing just to glean some information from it. I'm going to cast my 5th level Legend Lore.
Legend Lord.
If it's legendary or has importance, I'll get some information, and if it's not...
What kind of materials do you need?
Oh, incense, which I have. 4 ivory strips, which I think I bought. Right there, got them.
Those who wield this blade carry behind it a powerful will. The radiance is a curtain. Behind it, that which is burned away. The light is false.
It's evil.
The blade does corrode. The metal, that of the prince's will.
Prince's will?
Prince.
Prince.
Like,
Oh my god, he's the demon.
The demon
Prince.
prince. All right, here you go, Chetney.
Speak to me, grandfather.
Elder child, who has walked these lands near long as I have. You carry within you a will to do great things. Your grasp around my hip. All those who seek to bring shadow upon these lands shall fall beneath my blade, and we shall rise triumphant for a great fate before us.
Beneath your blade and beneath my claws, we shall cleanse this land of shadow.
Glory be our union.
Listen, I want him to be a sweet, sweet guy who has a lot of trauma that I can heal, because that's my bag.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think he is. I think he might be and forgive me if this is a slur, he might be a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh, just like me.
Yeah.
Maybe he just needs a friend.
Well, I don't know. He might be a demon. He might be a demon prince. He might be a demon prince.
Your friend likely senses the presence of lingering dark magics from my previous wielder.
Oh.
What?
It is prone to obfuscating divine interaction and details. Perhaps give it time.
Give it time. Apparently you were detecting traces of dark magic from its previous wielder.
Fucking thing sure talks a lot.
also what you're saying is it could hear FCG, even though you're holding it, it can hear all of us.
It's listening to us all right now.
Yeah, it sounds
Listening
like
to us all?
Yep. Look, I think we just give it a shot.
If you get even the least bit weird, I will crush your hand.
Define weird.
No.
Okay.
No,
Before I go to sleep, can I ritually cast Commune? Is that a thing?
we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Yay.
Did you take it off?
Everything's red. Everything's red.
Did you take the circlet off?
I didn't.
Something's happening.
I did not.
I did not.
I did not.
I thought the drink was him.
You were brought back to the Red Storm. All too familiar as it surrounds and suffuses the space around you, an endless maelstrom of red dust and cloud, flashing with distant crimson lightning. The flashes subside for a moment, and before you in the storm, you see a massive, dark shape obscured by the dust, before the winds briefly part it, revealing hundreds of domiciles. Carved and built into the red rock, the shapes round at the corners, organically inspired in architecture, and hundreds of humanoid shapes, just dark shadows through the storm, all walking through the multi-tiered streets that weave through. As you stand there, all of them stop at once, and all in unison shift to you, and all their eyes glow with a purple light at once as they all perceive you. A yearning begins to consume your body from the inside. A heavy, emotional gravity that is pulling your attention downward. And you hear again, echoing through the storm, Imogen, please, run. I won't let it have you.
How can I trust you?
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Natural 20.
You focus your consciousness, and that urge, right as it begins to almost pull at something within the inside of your chest, your being, almost like strings pulling you down to the ground before you, like you're about to be thrust upon your hands and knees, you push away with all the force of what odd power has been granted to you, and you rocket up out of the storm. You watch as the dust and the shapes and the city begin to disappear, obscured below, and you emerge from the clouds. And you drift, your hair just gently lifting around you in a slightly darker stratosphere above the Ruidian skyline. You can see the gentle red curve in the distance, and as you glance up, you can see the shape of Exandria facing that direction. The single thin red line connecting the two like a bridge, like a thread. You look down back at the storms, and you can see there are pockets where the storms subside. And you can see valleys. And you swear you can see movement.
Is it possible to drift toward those pockets where I can see closer, where I can see more clearly?
Yeah, you will yourself in that direction, and just as easy as it is to breathe, you glide back closer towards the surface, but above where the storm fronts are, until you begin to cruise over one of those openings, those small pockets of free air. And looking down, you can see these rolling red and gray and maroon valleys and mountains that rise up. And what looks like herds of beasts, strange, unfamiliar beasts running along cracked red valleys. You can see sand flows like rivers that weave through chasms where creatures wade through like water. There's an ecology here like a weird shadow version of the world you know. At that moment, you feel a presence behind you. It's your mother.
Turn around.
I just want to protect you. More than anything.
Then why didn't you?
I am.
Why don't you fight this? Why don't you tell me what's happening?
I need him as much as he needs me. I must be careful, for he is older and more cunning than most. The seeds we bear still pull us. I will find a way to end this one way or another.
Are you setting him free? For Dothas? Is it gonna really destroy the gods?
You deserve to be free.
At what cost? Mama.
She gets pulled back. The storm swirls around and consumes you. And you are back to your dark, dreaming state. While this is happening, FCG.
Oh,
You said you wanted to do something?
I just wanted to say a quick prayer to the Changebringer and ask her a couple of questions for guidance.
Certainly. You close your eyes. And like when you use your light spell to put light out through your vision to the atmosphere, an internal light seems to click on. And within that dark space, now you can see the shadowed horizons like a perpetual twilight has engulfed the entire horizon around you. But all you can see is a singular silver winding road ahead of you. As you look at your wheel and see the road out from in front and focus back up, there she stands. 50 feet, 10 feet, 20 miles, your uncertain perspective is weird from where you stand. You can see details of her face, her brown skin, her kind of soulful, welcoming eyes. She looks towards you, or past you. You're uncertain, but you have her attention.
Okay. I'll ask Changebringer. Are the gods? Can the gods help my friends?
Yes.
Are you worth saving?
Leans close, and the perspective seems to shift, where she feels like she's right in front of you. And your height. Of course.
Are you scared?
The perspective shifts, and now as she leans back, she's a mile high in the middle of this shadowed valley. And she looks over her right shoulder, and one of the mountains detonates, fire erupting up taller than she is. Another one. She turns back to you. Yes.
Okay. I'm coming.
As the shadowed mountainscapes begin to brighten red from the fire that emits from the destroyed ranges, the sky begins to shift into a red coloration too. As you say you're coming, she puts her head down and closes her eyes, and you feel yourself sink. The silver road you stand on seems to bend, almost like your weight is suddenly felt on a long, stretched piece of ribbon, and it bows beneath you. And as you look down, you sink further, and it's like you're falling through the ground. The silver road itself becoming that ribbon that bows up like you're dragging down the string from a balloon. And the commune spell comes to an end. You all complete a long rest. Yay! You wake up in what you assume is the morning, or at least the passage of 8 or more hours to where you've gotten a full rest. Baernie opens the stone as it like seems to almost like carve itself away, like the mountain itself acts as its own clay, and the rock opens up, and you can see kind of the slight, misty, not certain what time of day it is. The Gray Valley seems to have this kind of perpetual cusp of sunset feel to it, amongst the blanched forest. Amongst some of the ridges and some of the ruins, there are a handful of those strange flying demons that are just kind of picking through, picking up bits of leftover carrion.
I feel more solid than ever that I want to end this connection.
To protect
What's that mean?
Like, I know all of us have said, like, we're stopping it. This is the first time I've really felt I want it to go away.
You believe?
I want to help the gods.
It takes you the better part of 30 or so minutes to eventually leave the chasm in a safe way, but you do manage to break for the dead tree line on the outskirts, where Baernie does find one that she thinks will be proper. The staff's runes glow, and the magic whips out around, tethers around each of you like a magical net of energy, and you feel yourself pulled suddenly, like someone yanked you from behind through a doorway. And as you all come back to your feet, you all stand in the bright midday sun, the mountain peaks of Zephrah.
Let's get these flowers back to the voice.
Yeah.
You come to the outskirts of the multi-tiered structure where the voice of the Tempest is currently bedridden. And upon you approach, you can see the advisors Lida and Tholo both waiting outside. Shunde apparently is probably inside, but Lida immediately glances over and sees your approach. You've returned. This is great news. And Baernie goes, not all of us made it back. But we'll discuss that later, when there's time to hold them in our hearts, but we still carry them with us. Lida nods. Of course. Quickly. Leading you inside, as you pull out the satchel, Lida begins to call to Shunde, who begins to gather all the local herbalists. And they immediately begin to take them off into what looks to be some sort of rich, natural-looking alchemical layer. And many of these Ashari specialists begin to scatter about and making measurements. They take and begin to crush the petals of the blue perennium.
Is Nell in the mix?
It was whoever was present began the process. And about 5 minutes into the creation here, indeed you see Nell rush in.
Hi.
Orm,
Wish it was better circumstances, but it's good to see you.
these are great circumstances. From what they tell me, you may have a way to heal the voice. You've done so much. And she kneels down and kind of cups your hand. My boy, you've done so much.
Hanging in.
Aren't we all? I need to get to work.
Do your job.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
She kind of like tugs in your ear a little bit. It's putting on some gloves and jumps back into the fray. The better part of an hour goes by as they slowly begin to distill this liquid that, as it hits into this large stone bowl, the kind of like cloudy appearance begins to congeal into almost like a paste, like a sky blue paste. They begin to gather it up, and it's kind of disseminated amongst various herbalists, and they rush up to the floor where Keyleth waits, and you see her trying to sit up in the bed as the energy and arrival as they rush in, but they assure her to lay down. They help her back down. Her crown, which rests off the side of the bed, now less presentory in the sudden arrival. They immediately begin treating her wounds, kind of placing this paste within them. You see her face begin to scrunch up from a sting or some sort of an unexpected sensation. But they carefully, rapidly, with deft hands and the surgical intent of a healer, each one of these members of the Ashari Herbalist Union tends to their leader. As they begin to treat the arms, the paste seems to be absorbed into the skin, kind of leaving behind like a faint blue coloration. And you watch as her furrowed brow begins to relax. And she reaches onto the side of the bedstand and looks toward the herbalists, and they nod. And she pulls out of this nearby pouches, looks like a small hand gathering of dried leaves and bits of some sort of a colored dust. And she closes her eyes and places it across one of the wounds. And you see this faint glow of light seems to spread from her hand, and the first wound begins to close. The dearth of energy that she's carried since your arrival seems to subside by half in but a moment, as a flash of hope and energy reaches her eyes, and with each wound closure, eventually strength returns to her. Stronger and stronger, eventually she sits up, she reaches back and takes her crown, kind of brushes her hair back, and sets it upon her brow. She puts her hand in front of herself, glances out to the long window, the curtains open out towards the beautiful cityscape of Zephrah. She mutters beneath her breath as the wind in the room begins to pick up, and you watch as her whole body glows a bright green, and all the remaining wounds vanish in but a moment. She stands up, and the long robe that she wears over her dress drags behind the ground. Her staff still leaning against the edge of the bed as she comes forward and kneels before you and takes your hand in both of hers. Thank you.
I really haven't felt like I've done anything right for a while now, so it's good to have a win.
Give me a moment to re-engage my people. They've been a bit nervous, my state being as it is. And I'd like to talk with you and all your compatriots that helped all of us.
Yes, please. We have a ton of questions. I do.
You all look like you've had a bit of a journey as well. Please, wash up. Take it, whatever you like of food for those who partake. I'll return shortly. I wish to hear of your journey. And you see kind of the realization sink in of everything beyond this moment of victory. And her face hardens. And what's to come next?
Well, we'll leave you to it.
Just a moment. Everyone needs to know who helped. Who the hero is this day. Those of you who kind of followed behind, kind of watch her as she passes. And she gives kind of a smile and a nod to each before she rushes out. And at this point, you can see from the kind of the balcony window that leads out that the people of Zephrah are gathering. The wind picks up once more, and you can see Leader come up behind and place a cloak over her shoulders of many colored leaves. All the seasons give representation through its perpetual change. You can't hear her through the windows on the second floor, but you can definitely hear the resounding cheers and see the joy and comfort that washes over the hundreds of people that you've grown up with, that the rest of you have just, to certain degrees, come across or spent time with. And it feels good to have a win. There are many heroes among us. She glances back just a bit to see that you've approached. But through the history of the Ashari, there are those who truly give everything for the future of our people for the future of our realm. I'm but one of many, and today we welcome a few more, faced with terrifying odds and long, ancient, corrupting evils. Some of our brethren gave their lives that we might live, so that I might live, to ensure that we will be safe and there is a future for the Ashari people. I ask you all to celebrate this evening our surviving heroes, and remember those who did not return, but will be forever remembered.
Orm pulls out the shield and holds it in both hands because he knows that people will recognize it.
And they do.
Hearts and minds. Always Ashari. Home and abroad. Morning and night. Kaiteake.
As it shouts through the crowd, children are lifted up and thrown in the air where a wind gust kind of catches them and lowers them down. The crowd just begins to cheer and erupt. You can hear music begin to shift through the crowd as the celebration seems to have kicked off.
Turn to Baernie. What did I say? I don't remember what I said.
As the sounds of merriment begin to become muffled and just kind of a blend of noise and cheerful energy beyond the interior of this structure, you return to the Voice of the Tempest's room and chamber, where you can see she's still kind of leaning on the bed, not aware that you had arrived yet, and sits up. She smiles. Full recovery doesn't appear as quick as I had hoped, but it's already a major step, so...
You look miles beyond the other day.
There's been some astrological shift to the weave of magic across Exandria. I've been unable to see it from this far, but I hear the moon. Ruidus now lingers over Marquet. I hear that many of the temples of mobilized armies have gone that direction. I also know that there's been a lot of rising insurgency in certain places of the world. Some temples have been attacked, destroyed, sowing confusion and spreading their defenses between their intended assault and having to defend at home, which I'm sure is part of the plot from the beginning. What I know is there's been attacks in Isilda, there's been attacks in Marquet, there's been attacks here in Tal'Dorei. Only a handful, but they seem to be continuing. Word did reach me through my network that Luminous was sighted in the Dwendalian Empire. Apparently meeting with the venerable King Dwendal. My contact also speaks of rumored dissent within the Cerberus Assembly in the wake of the Vanguard's plot. This combined with general Empire social unrest, insurgent attacks on prisons, and the Crown's silence on Ludinus's involvement throughout the Empire, I gather that realm is probably on the cusp of some level of growing chaos. Beyond that, there's been attacks on temples outside of Vasselheim. Currently, the city is attempting to wall itself in to prevent it from breaching its walls. And from what I understand, some of the armed forces that were sent southward are returning. so they don't feel like they've split their strength. Which I think buys him and what they have planning more time.
There's, Tempest, there's one more thing that I held back when we arrived. We visited a temple of the matron. And she visited us with a vision.
You see her face just kind of go stone.
But we saw this excavation site again. We saw the Malleus key and some sort of red beam going from the ground all the way up to Ruidus.
I've seen that up close as well. That exists.
But in this vision, that man, that winged man who appeared that day, Ludinus has him in some sort of prison. And, we could hear him in pain.
Her eyes dart out to the window. And you just make out with your perceptive view what you thought was a small tree that's grown on the balcony, but now you can see it's a perch. It's empty.
There's people on Ruidus. Like entire cities. I saw entire cities of people, so many people. People from Exandria using that tether to go to Ruidus. There's animals on the moon. There's an entire ecosystem on the moon.
Okay, that's a lot.
I'm going to summon Crimson Shade.
The bits of your skin that have taken on the reddish hue begin to almost brighten and glow as you begin to write these symbols in the air. An area in the far corner of the room where you're focusing begins to take on a similar glowing red hue of the flaring moon Ruidus as it begins to clear out and then open up wide and seem to divide like a doorway that's unfolding before you. As it begins to crack and you hear the snap sound. As it does, the doorway folds outward like it's dropping something from within a hidden chamber. And a bit of energy hits the ground. And as it spreads outward, it grows up into the familiar shape of the Crimson Shade, though slightly more physically present than the previous one. What you see now, surrounded by kind of reddish purple energy, is a half ethereal, half physical form. A tall, thin, humanoid body. It looks back to you with that familiar flash of purple glow from the eyes before they go to like a dark, deep brown or black color.
We good?
Keyleth at this point has stood up, has her staff out, and just kind of pointed in the direction, kind of looking at it. You can just summon these? You can just make them happen?
Is it friendly?
It didn't look like this before. It's far more defined.
Just looks trained on Imogen. In your mind, you hear, "What is it you require?"
What do you want?
To serve you until your binding is done.
How long have you been there?
My life.
A voice. I looked to Keyleth.
Please tell us something?
What is your name?
kind of its head turns to the side, it looks at you. In your mind, you see a vision of an odd, like a pale gray flower that is opened on some sort of an odd, dusty red plain. And in the center of it, it looks like it looks like a gem, like a cut sapphire, that kind of just jingles and makes like a bell sound as the wind hits it.
Wow. Imogen, not as pretty as that. Maybe I shouldn't have given him my name. You may have noticed that you are much closer to our planet right now, right? Have you noticed?
It kind of acknowledges with a slight head tilt.
Jeez.
Is it something that you guys have been planning? Are you happy about this? Or is it happening against your will?
Its head looks out the window. And in your mind, you see verdant fields. You see lakes of cool water. You see clouds. You see mountains. You see joy. You see love. You see these flashes of beautiful vistas, of abundance, of laughter. We know your dreams.
Wow. Who is Predathos?
Predathos is the progenitor.
The progenitor?
Mm-hmm.
It is the heart of our world. And it stirs. You feel it too.
I end it.
It vanishes. You hear this creaking sound for just a moment as you see Keyleth, like all tense, relaxes, and you notice every single bit of wood around the chamber has an emerging thorn vine that was just at the ready, and as she relaxes, it all just retracts and returns to straight wood.
That is some nice wood you've got there.
Don't touch it.
So Imogen is connected into all this. We're not entirely certain how. We have some idea.
Ask, and she
She's
kind of
very powerful.
looks down at your kind of arms and says, "You carry more in common than I had previously thought until I met one."
The red is new. Yeah, so you might have noticed that intense look there at the end. I think they're not very nice, and they're very resentful that we experience a life of bounty as opposed to them.
With limited information, what would you do? What would you have us do?
The thing we all have in common is we don't know what to do. But we do something. We trust in each other. We follow our hearts. And we look for friends. And we do everything we can, and whatever it takes to make sure those who try and put us down, who try to control us, try and hurt us and those we care about, ensure that they fail. If you're intending to go to Ruidus, then you can't do it alone.
You're gonna come with us?
I have friends I need to reach out to.
Oh.
allies I've made through my years. I need to reach out and talk to those I trust and see who's willing to make those sacrifices in the face of these unknowns. And it seems it's become more difficult to just reach out to those in need, so I'll have to make a bit of a pilgrimage myself. And that's my path to walk. I suggest you do the same. I can't tell you when you're ready, but when you feel ready, let's get everything we have at our disposal. Everyone. Bring them together.
We need power. We need allies.
With all due respect, Tempest, you said yourself that Vasselheim is protecting its own, and the Empire is in chaos and shambles. Marquet, a lot of our allies there are missing or sundered. We don't know who to go to.
Are there any other champions?
Are you a champion of like?
I'm. No, not really my.
Of the deer goddess.
Oh, that's a cultural misunderstanding. Oh. No, not really a god person.
Is it the primordials?
Primordials have been long gone.
Okay, they've been coming up a bit.
My power comes from a unity with the natural forces and spirits of Exandria. I would say not that different from the primordials, but that's been disseminated around and passed their wake. The spirits of nature. Before the gods came and just have coexisted since.
When we were on Isilra, those druids we were telling you about, they still had a strong connection to the Eidolons.
Eidolons, yes. That is the Assyrian name for them, and there are many in the world that do still worship the old powers.
Like the Ashari?
At one point, maybe.
Are they gone?
Go on, ask.
I was born to the Ashari. There was an accident. And here I am.
The Ashari were an uncomfortable community in their short time, bastardizing Ashari ideals and history, ruled through arrogance and recklessness for the short time that they were around. We thought them embarrassing, but ultimately harmless. I assume this accent you refer to is the lesson that we all took from their experience, the blunder that ended them.
I don't know. Tell me more.
Her, flippant memory of this information gives way to a moment of genuine focused interest. Step forth. Ashton, was it?
Yes.
She takes your hand and closes her eyes. She focuses, and you watch as the light breeze around her leads to this faint, almost firefly-like motes of power that drift out of her and kind of swirl up through your arm, and then the motes fade. She opens her eyes. You carry a power I cannot recognize, and a power I can but seldom feel.
Your blood carries elemental power, but not that of the normal Earthkin and Genasi in general. You carry a fragment of primordial elemental capability within you.
Wait, what?
What?
The best way I can describe it is you are Titan of blood.
Oh, Titan blood!
Do that shit on your neck!
Your potential is vast and frightening, and I'm glad to have you at Orum's side.
I take off my jacket really quickly and I turn it around and I show the hourglass symbol that is very vaguely Ashari and looks a little bit like the Ashari crest and maybe with a highlight of the earth. I've dreamed this for my whole life and I had no idea what it was.
She looks like she simultaneously had an epiphany and is frustrated. Maybe it came at a great cost, but the Ashari did something.
Do you know where I could learn more? I don't know. I don't know anything.
She thinks.
And then when this happened, everything got even stranger.
I'm uncertain if those two get along yet. The fact that you stand here and function is a testament to your willpower, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
If the destruction of the Ashari was at the hand of making you, then they must have had something with them. Something of power, something that held the essence of the ancient primordials, and they were... I don't know where they would have acquired that unless the Avantravir story has some truth to it, in which case, that might be your best bet. The Great Tree of Atrophy. It's a powerful ancient tree spirit whose roots supposedly wind between the realms of life and death to watch over the cycle of renewal. Its home, however, is on the island of Kalutha, in the mists of the Shattered Teeth.
Have you, your voice, Tempest, yes, have you or your Ashari ever traveled to the Shattered Teeth?
I have once. There was a time many years ago in my life that I was desperate for information about the words of gods and the limits of their power. So I went searching for answers. None of the ones that I wanted. But there was someone I spoke to there who helped me through my grief. Her name is Girana. The essence of the Teeth's creation was the sundering of the continent of Dominus during the beginning of the calamity.
Dominus?
The sheer volume of residual elemental magic left behind at the annihilation of two of the remaining primordial titans shrouded the entire region in chaotic elemental magics.
Fuck yeah.
So, it's not necessarily the most welcoming place in Exandria.
But if we were looking for Titan power,
This would be the place, I suppose.
It's a thing missing from the current equation.
All right.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I don't have a vested interest in this. Clearly, I do. But
The funnel. Wait, can
you
we
all
pull
say
that
no.
out?
You say no.
Maybe that's how we.
We suck in the power.
Wait, second what power?
I did. Hold on.
Whose power?
I reached the thing.
Okay.
And I pull out the funnel nip.
2 seconds.
So okay, we found this harness.
Whose power?
We found this harness when we went to Ludinus's old tower. This was his, and it seems like he used it to siphon power from ancient entities. He had a map where he X'd out things that he had drawn power from. I think that's one of the reasons he is how he is now. Do you think it would be safe to try something similar to make us?
It's possible. What did he use this for?
He would draw. Let's show his notes. We have his notes.
Yep.
He used this to draw the natural magics of Fey entities that are very tightly connected to the natural magics of the nature spirits that wander both realms. We, Ashari, who bind with the natural world, live a long life because we give in to these magics and become one with them. He's mimicking the druidic extension of life.
What a dick. What this motherfucker?
It certainly looks damaged beyond my capability.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we can fix it.
If you have somebody you know that could repair it, sure. Pointing over one line says here, feed the root.
Yeah.
There's a saying within the Ashari that the center of where your connection to nature isn't the core of your being, and we refer to that as our root. It often is considered to be right around the back of the neck, where the head joins the rest of the body, not far from the heart. And she kind of arranges the harness, and you see where that funnel is placed. It's at the base of the neck.
Oh, fuck.
That makes sense.
That's fucked up.
I'm confused because you know how lewdness, which is not a surprise, I'm confused all the time. How lewdness is like obsessed with the matron of ravens, you know, because he wanted to ascend, like how she did, but he also wants to kill the gods.
I can say with somewhat certainty that the means of ascending is a bit impossible to acquire these days.
That's good.
Why?
We saw to it that the last person to try it is no longer on this realm.
Well,
Who?
The whispered one?
The whispered one.
The minute you hear the name, there's a cold jolt that shoots down your spine.
Yeah, it's pretty
Smells terrible.
And what we do know about Predathos was knowledge erased from the face of the earth for millennia. How are we going to find out even more?
I could give in. But what if I connected and I finally understood who Predathos actually was?
How can we get you back, though?
I have no idea.
We might not have to resort to that yet if we're going to maybe try to go to the teeth place.
I do think we should hit those islands, but at a certain point. Even if we are worried about getting our asses handed to us.
We just have to go.
Yeah.
Because no one else is gonna.
You have information on how Ludinus has managed to maintain his life this long. This device, I'm uncertain how it could be useful, but if you find somebody who could possibly retool it to be helpful.
What about the D? Yeah, who brought you back?
I will extend my ever far-reaching eye and try to scry
All right.
onto Z.
All right.
I'm so excited.
I'll hold up my coin and just sort of look through it and see if I can see the world.
You write out the basics of the ritual circle around you. You take out the coin and you focus on it and glance through it like a keyhole. As you look through it, it's almost like the keyhole is an extended tunnel with a bit of a light at the very end. And as you focus and focus, the light comes closer and closer until all of your vision, all of your consciousness is just this endless dark tunnel with the point of light getting larger and larger until eventually you emerge into what is a late afternoon, a sunset. And you see walking along this road with a cart being pulled by a couple horses. Figure, hood over its head, cloak whipping in a light ocean breeze, heavy metallic footfalls with each step against the gravel and sand. Looking around, it definitely looks coastal. Looking at the position of the sun right now, it's definitely further east from your current location. It's not anywhere you've been.
Okay.
But you can share the information.
East Beach.
East of Zephrah,
The right direction.
Cosmic
Chetney.
Sea that eventually gets to
You've describing the scenery. Oh, this is one of the many roads along the Menagerie Coast.
Yeah!
It sounds.
This is my freak fest! Oh, man!
So many spring
I can feel my heart rate rising!
I'm just going to throw this out here. I mean, you know where this is. That's great. That's great. We could get there, I guess, but I'm just going to throw this out there. This fella, all we know is that he sold me to Dancer.
Oh.
And I wasn't working. Dancer's the one who got me back up and working again. Dancer is the one who knows
Repaired you.
repair.
Got you working.
Yeah. He sold a hunk of metal to her.
Are you sure?
I mean, I wasn't awake, and then I
What
was.
if she reset you?
I'll do another scry and see if I can find
Do
his
it.
Dancer.
You glance and take the coin onto the other eye. And this tunnel is a lot shorter, having a stronger connection to the individual on the opposite side. And you see Dancer kind of half-dressed, snoring, like draped over the side of a torn couch, just passed out. Just sleeping.
Okay, well, I don't know where she is. So we can go to the Menagerie Coast and hope we're in the right city.
You have never been to the Menagerie Coast? You have no idea where it would be?
I can just ask
their
my
mind.
god where to go. Which one of these two would be most beneficial to us? Changebringer, my love. If I wanted to find someone to repair this specific thing, where would I go?
There's just like a gentle wind that just kind of perpetually sits around the voice of the Tempest. Just like a soft breeze, especially in times of contemplation. The wind kind of gives this gentle sound. The path with one from your past, you're most bound to.
Oh,
The path from one from my past I am most bound to.
That's D.
That's D.
Is it or is it Dancer?
You can cast it more times if you want.
Do it again.
You're like, are you talking about?
Oh, change my love and sweetness. You know my faith for you is so strong. What'd you say?
Great.
I'm more bound to Dancer or D. And please don't say you're more bound to the one that starts with a D.
That's actually pretty good.
I love your hair, by the way. It's really beautiful. Trying to save your life. Make it easy for us.
The path to the mind of that which gave you life. Renewed.
Oh, that was clear.
Did it again.
No, that was clear.
That
That's
feels
clear. That's
like
D.
it was-
That's D.
That's Dancer.
I don't know. It might be Dancer.
No, D was second line.
Fucker. Hey, is it Dancer?
Hold decorum out the window.
Just fucking tell me, is it Dancer? Forget about D. Just is it Dancer? Yes or no?
You cast it again?
Yeah, I cast it again.
The road you seek guide you to the one. His name begins with
It's a cumulative 25% each time you cast it past the first in one day that you just get a random reading. Yep.
Just go. You guys seem to want to go to D, and I love you guys, so let's go there.
You've spent the night in what I assume to be a very harsh environment. I'm sure the people of the city want to show you some gratitude, and if you need to stock up on anything or finish any business you have within the city, please feel free to do so.
Great. I'm down for that.
I think I'm going to take a little nap soon. I'm still kind of getting my bearings after this. She steps up to you, kneels down to your eye line. Orma, I was once like you. Young, yet burdened with so much knowledge about the world and how unjust it can be. I can see in your eyes a rage conflicted with fear. A need to fix this broken world and fear of not being enough. I know that feeling well. I've worn those insecurities my whole life. I see a bravery in you that matches the immensity of your heart. You carry much weight. I recognize it because I carry my own. Some days it may not seem fair. It isn't. But find the strength to lift yourself up, heavy as it all may be, and still take that step. When the others rally, she gestures out beyond the window to the still sounds of celebration in the square. They will help you carry it. Orm of the Ashari, you are a paragon in the memory of dear Derek and his son, your partner, Will. You are a heart buffeted by the winds of change and the cold of reality, yet you continue to move forward. You are hope. You are Orm, my friend. You are Orm, savior blade of the Tempest. And you are never alone.
It's the honor of my life. Thank you.
As you all take a deep breath, kind of contemplating this new various possible directions to take and step out into the warm midday air and sunlight in the center of the town of Zephrah, greeting the energy of the cheering crowd and people that immediately begin to swarm you with accolades and questions and greetings and welcomes. We'll go ahead and finish the episode there, and we'll pick her up next time.
So much.
Savior Blade!
So much happened.